Guys, it's Wendy here with Wendy's Plans, and today it is Sunday journaling day. So I know you're wondering, why do I have two packages on my desk? Well, I'm going to show you what I got. It just came in today, so this is a very last minute filming because I was waiting for this, and I am going to explain to you what my new journaling is going to look like. So, guys, stick around. Alrighty, guys. So, let me open this. So, this is not exciting. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's just nothing exciting, but it's going to be hopefully a game changer for me. So, guys, I'm probably the only person in the United States. That's probably an over dramatization, but that does not have a phone holder to film or, you know, any of that stuff. And I saw this listed on another YouTuber's page from Amazon, and I thought I'm going to tell you why I I truly have the holder that goes with my ring lights, but the problem is you have to open them very wide and then they close, and my phone just does not work that way. So I'm hoping, so this one you can put it in and then tighten it down. One thing about the Google, which is the phone that I have, is the Google Pixel. And the one thing about that is that at the bottom, you squeeze it to do things. Or my old one was. So this one, I don't think it really matters. So this is my thing. I can do it vertical, or I can just rotate it and do it this way. This actually works with my phone because you're tighten it instead of pulling it. You know, the spring loaded ones, the ones that were spring loaded were just would not work for my phone with the case on it. So I'm so excited to get this. Now, why am I showing you this in a journaling video? Because now I have a way of filming some of my journaling videos that I want to show you. Like when I go to a coffee shop, I have another camera, but it gets very cumbersome. So with this, I can just, hey, do it. And it fits on my tripod that I already have for my camera. So this is going to fit perfect. So I'm really excited to use this, and I'm going to, that's just amazing that I can do that. So that was the whole point, was that it's like a giant screw and you can tighten it that way. So I'm very excited about that. And this is going to be a game changer. I want to start filming some stories and reels and that kind of thing, but I really didn't have a way of doing that. So that's going to allow me to do that. So we're going to put that back in here. And so this week I have also been trying to figure out, come to a firm decision on how I'm going to plan. Okay, I'm trying to get my thoughts wrapped together. So you guys know that I have a Han, I have a Weeks, and I have a regular cousin. I don't know where this was at in their truck, but it has some trash on it. So I need, out of these three, I'm going to have a health journal in my Weeks. And guys, it was close call to go back to a Weeks for my social media, but I'm not doing it. I'm going to use it for what I bought it for. So that's going to stay my health journal. So then I thought originally to put my social media, my YouTube, and all of that in my Han with my all the travel stuff. And I've already made reservations, not reservations, but I signed a contract for a condo for 2 months. Once I get there, guys, I will let you know where I'm at. Um, I have struggled with this decision, but I think my channel is still small enough that I'm going to be safe. Number one, and number two, it's a big enough place that I don't think um, I will be unsafe. We'll just leave it at that. So I've already signed a contract for 2 months for a condo. I'm really, really excited about it. It's far enough away that I am feeling like I'm traveling. It's also not so far away that I can't get back and take care of the things that I need to take care of. So I knew going into this adventure, I needed to get my mom moved to a different facility. In the state of North Carolina, this is just a very small bit of information. Um, in the state of North Carolina, the only payer source for long term care is self pay or Medicaid. So, with my mom having some, she didn't have a lot, but she did have some money in some investments. And so that money is running out. The money that she had from the sale of her house is starting to run out. And her care runs about $11,000 a month. So she has been paying that. That's not including the cost of her supplemental insurance for Medicare. It does not cover her prescriptions. So those are two additional bills that she has to pay. So I would say if you are looking at total cost for her to be in a facility, somewhere between 11,500 and 12,000 a month. That's ridiculous. So my mom has rapidly gone through her money. So this started January of, I'm trying to figure out what year we're in. We're in 2023. So this started January 2022. She went into the hospital, she got sick and all, and then when she came out, she had to go into long-term care. So that was just a very long journey. So for almost it'll be a little over 2 years that she has been paying a lot of money to be taken care of, because when she went in the hospital, we were told she could not live on her own again. It was not a decision we made. So I know I need to more, the whole bottom line is I know I'm going to have to move her because the facility that she's at is only self pay. So I'm going to have to, number one, get her qualified for Medicaid. Number two, get her taxes done, get my taxes done. These are all these things that I can't do before the end of January. So, plus get her moved. Now, the facility will physically move her. I have to take her possessions and get them moved. So, with that being said, I need to be close enough that I can get back to her for the month of January, February, and March. And I'm hoping I can get it all done in February, and March is going to open up to where I can travel a little bit out of my home base and see some other areas, go exploring for the day. That's what my goal is. So, um, I'm excited that I have a contract on the condo. But what I have realized is I'm pretty much, I have not, I've got things I need to put in here, but I also want to share with you guys as much as I can how I'm planning in this planner. It may mean that I have to blur some of the things out when I show it to you. But for right now, I know that I have a contract starting February 1st that runs through March 31st. So I want to go ahead and be able to put all of that stuff in here. But I also, I have a note here. Let me just pull this off. I want to be able to go ahead and start planning out what my weeks are going to look like. But to do that, I feel like when I get back here, I don't want to utilize these for my social media. I think what I want to utilize these for are to plan out things that I need to do on those days pertaining to all of my travel. Like the first day of the month, I will be driving there and getting everything. And I want to document all of that. And then I also want to journal about that a little, just a little snippets of what all's going on, or take notes where I'm supposed to meet the person to get the information I need to get into the condo. If they're just going to give it to me in an email or whatever, getting all my stuff in, which is not going to be a lot. It's not going to take me long. But I also want to plan out what am I going to do that same day, because driving is not going to be my whole day. Getting everything in there is not going to take my whole day. So I want to go ahead and start planning out some things that I'm going to do on these days. So I've come to the conclusion that for me, this is strictly just going to be travel. It's not going to be, I just don't see this being my social media journal. So that means I got to figure out something else. Now, I do want to show this as much as possible, how I'm planning in this one. So let's go to the next thing. So usually when I plan with you guys in my cousin, we come in here, we set up my week, but I don't utilize with you guys my daily pages. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to use my daily pages in my cousin to plan out my social media stuff. That's what I have decided. So my thought process earlier was to journal on these. You were wondering where the journaling was coming in. So I had originally thought to journal on these pages. Oh, I gotta put that in. So I'm going back to put this in so I don't lose this information right there. So that is my thought process. Now we're going to open this. This goes along with that whole process that I was just explaining. I went online last night and ordered the Hobonichi notebooks because yesterday I sat down to try to go ahead and get some planning in place. And this was my problem. I need a place just to have notes, not to do my planning, but to have notes on what I'm going to do, where, that kind of thing. So I thought I need something separate for those notes. And then I thought about these notebooks. And so what I'm going to do, and the reason I like the notebooks is because I don't have my planner in here. One, if I was not doing anything but using these this way, I could just stick this in here. I'm going to run and get my planner and show you what I'm thinking. Also, give me just 1 second. So I thought I was prepared, but apparently I don't know what I was thinking. So let me kind of show you what I'm thinking. So, like, I make a list over here and I journal just a little bit. I don't journal my whole day. Sometimes, I don't know if it's something you can, um, sometimes it's just putting notes in here. I love this option, but this planner, I can, it's going to be utilized the same way. So I can keep this notebook right here in my planner or, in the back. So my thought process is when I get to the planning stage, but it's not on a specific day. Like when I plan out this was a subscriber's suggestion, and I love this idea, is to do February, the month of February, and do everywhere. So every day in February. I love that concept. So we're going to do that. Last year, someone recommend, or maybe it was year before, recommended Junetastic. Loved it. Did a 1 day for every day in June. It was not this past June, but the June before. So I love it, and I love it when y'all come up with catchy titles and stuff for what I'm going to do. So for everywhere, I am going to do a list of what are the videos I want to do. That doesn't necessarily give me a date of when it's going to be. That will be planned in my planner. But I need to have notes about what I'm going to plan, what I need. So if I need to have something in hand, I need to know that. Most especially with me being out of this apartment and traveling starting February, I need a list of what I need to take with me. And that's where I was struggling. So, number one, I needed the notebooks for that reason to help me plan. So, those came in today also. So, I'm so excited about that. So, I have those to go along with my Hobonichi. So, now you're saying, Wendy, what are you going to do for your journal? Well, so this is what we did. I will tell you guys, I just cleaned this off before I left my bedroom because I've been keeping this on my nightstand, bedside table. And I picked up this journal from Target. So we'll talk about that one. But I have my 5-year journal that I used it all of last year. I am almost through the second year in here, which leaves me, I am so excited that I have this with me my first year traveling. I've already committed to myself and to my son that I am going to do this for 1 full year. 1 full year. And if I want to continue, I will. If I find that it's not for me, then I'll stop. But I will do this for a full year. I feel like I can't make a decision unless I give it a fair chance. So I'm so excited that my whole year is going to be here, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, all of that. So I will have this with me, and I am loving using this. Guys, I cannot tell you enough. Get a 5-year. It is just, if I'm not consistent on anything, I am consistent on my 5-year because it's just a snippet. It's not that much. It's just a little bit. Now, the thing that I like about this one is in February this year we have a leap year, which in 5 years you're always going to have a leap year. But for the leap year, you get a whole page, and then you could technically use the second page. Is that not amazing? Is that not? I just can't wait. The other thing I like about the 5 year journal from Hobonichi is at the end, you have a whole page to um, kind of in a nutshell tell about your year. So that's going to be exciting for me because I retired this year. But I think 2024, at the end of 2024, I can look back in other years once I have completed this one and I can say, oh my gosh, this was really how I felt about this year of travel. So I'm excited about that. But just to have a 5 year, just to have a snippet, and as I'm journaling, sometimes I will go back and I will look at what I journaled the year before, and I am amazed that I had not noticed that when I made the decision this year that I was going to retire, I was kind of looking back at what I wrote the year before during that same time period. I think not intentionally, I think subconsciously, I had already made the decision that I was going to retire in July back then because I could see my frustration on paper then. So, those are the things that I like is that I can look back and say, "Oh my gosh, I can see it now. I didn't see it when I was writing it because I get my frustrations out and then I let it go. I was having the same frustrations a year before, and I think that's what influenced me to go ahead and retire. So I love having this 5 year. So now that brings us to this planner. I went to Target. This is called the Wit and Delight, established 2009, and the paper quality is okay. It's got a slick feel to the. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what the paper quality is. I was looking to see if it told me anywhere. The no, it doesn't tell me what the paper quality is. It may have on the belly band that was on the book, but I didn't pay any attention. The paper, this is why I liked it because it looks like a notebook paper. That truly is what drew me to this one and not one of the others, and that is college ruled and not wide ruled. My handwriting tends to be smaller, as you can see here. So when I have wide lines, I feel like I can write 2 sentences in that wide line. So I have been using this for a few weeks. I have not journaled every day. I in fact, one day I left spots here that I'm going to put some of my zinc photos in because it was a day that I spent with my aunt. And y'all, I'm a country girl. If you can't tell by my voice, but um she was going to go get her sweet potatoes up, and so I went out there with her and we dug up her sweet potatoes. It was so much fun. Then we picked up pecans. I mean, it was just fun to spend time with her and my cousin, which was my Aunt Margie's daughter, Judy. So it was so much fun to spend time with her and have that. And of course, she took pictures. I took pictures, and so I'm going to incorporate them in my journal. So I like that about there. This is not going to be a whole lot about stickers and stuff because I find that I spend more time planning out my stickers than I do my writing, and I would prefer to have my writing. Do I like to decorate a journal? Yeah, I do. And I still have stuff that I can use for that. But I think for me, I would write now just like to write. And part of that is because with my travels and this adventure, I am going to be limited what I can take. And so as I'm going through my stuff right now, guys, I have a lot of stuff and I can't take it all with me. There is absolutely no way I can do that. So I have to compromise somehow, and part of that is going to be not carrying as much stuff with me for journaling. I do have some stuff packed up that I will take with me that I can use for journaling. It doesn't mean that because right now, today, November 12th, that I am going to say, I am not going to decorate my journal because I know at some point I will, and I don't want to go out and buy more stuff that I've just gotten rid of. So some of the stuff that I've been using and I like to use, I will take it with me. I'm taking all my washi, I'm taking my all my fountain pens, all my fountain pen inks. Um, I have those lovely rub-ons that I haven't used in a while that I want to use. So there are some things that I'm going to take with me that I can once I get settled and know how things are going, and once I start packing and know what I can pack into my car, then that'll give me a bigger idea. But right now it's the unknown. So I'm trying to compromise. The same thing with my planning style. I feel like I love the Hobonichi because of the paper, and my way of planning is changing, and I will show you that also. I love this paper. And in my mind, I was thinking, why are you covering up the paper with stickers? This is this upcoming week. So why are you covering up all this paper with stickers? So if you look back here, all of these stickers, which I love, all the stickers. I have always loved that. But if you, I think it was around here that I thought, why am I using all of these stickers? Now, these I love because I can write on them with my fountain pen and they're great. But here, they will spread, the ink spreads. So I have, you can tell it here. I have started kind of cutting back. Here I went um, back back and forth, kind of a little bit. But I've pretty much stuck with just the dots, and I find that I like this way of planning better. Now, I have a lot of kits, and I'm going to continue using up my kits because I love it down here. I love it across the top. I like having this, but the physical planning part, I like writing on this paper. So I am going to continue to order my kits and stuff from Amanda. That's not going to change. But I think I'm going to be ordering more functional versus decorative. I still will always have the washi at the bottom and the top. So I'll order that page. I would order her deco pieces. Um, I'm pretty much, instead of ordering a full kit, I'm pretty much going to be going to ordering more of her add-ons. Um, we'll see. I am playing with this style until I get ready to move. However, her February kits go on sale this coming Friday, the 17th. So I need to make a decision between now and then on that. So basically, I will be using my planner as a planner and my journaling will be, let's get these moved over. So my planners are going to be a planner, and then my journal will be my journal, and my 5 year journal will be my 5 year journal. But I think this is going to be it, guys. This is going to be all the planners I take with me, and along the way, I'll just look for a new journal as I fill this one up. Which brings me to the other thing. I have all my journals and all my planners for years, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. I don't want to get rid of them. So I know I need to pack them up. I just don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to keep them. I'm kind of thinking that I'm leaning toward getting a storage unit to house all that, just the smallest storage unit I can find. I know I can put them in Christopher and Emma's home. They are willing to keep some stuff for me. I don't want to load up a whole closet in their home. So I think that this is going to be my system. I am going to take notes and basically do a rough plan in my notebooks. And then I love the idea that this came in a 2 set because I have one for each book, because the Avec has 2 books to it. So one will be inside each one of those. Alrighty, guys. That is saying a lot to tell you basically that I have changed my thought process on how I'm going to use Mahan. Mahan is strictly going to be planning out my travel and my travel days and my sightseeing, what I'm going to do, what coffee shop I'm going to visit, and all of that. I still have my travel, what brand is it? I don't remember if it's Lexstrom. I think it's Lexstrom, that I am currently working on getting all the states in there and what I tentatively want to see and do in the states. Once I get that done, I'll show it to you. I'm going to put a more diligent effort into that this week and next week, to get it done, and then I will show you guys some of the things that I have in there. And so I will add that to this, but this is going to be it, guys. It's more than I wanted, but by being on the road, I know I need to have separate things for separate issues. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have had requests to do an empty apartment tour, which I hope to be able to do. I also had a request to show my planner, not my planner, but my setup when I go into a coffee shop, how I set up and how I work from the coffee shop, which I plan on doing. And the other thing I thought went along with that is how I carry my stuff to the coffee shop or cafe. Sometimes, guys, sometimes I just go to Chick-fil-A and order my lunch and sit there, because my Chick-fil-A it's a good size one, and there's empty tables in there all the time because the majority of the people are going through the drive-through now. So I can go in there and sit and catch up on some stuff if I want. So there are other little places like that along the way that you can. I would never go in there during the middle of lunch and take up a whole table and there'd be people, waiting to sit down to eat lunch. I would never do that. But if I find a place that I can go, like at 1:30, even 2 o'clock, and go in and there's open tables and I feel comfortable, I don't mind working at their table. So those are some of the things that I have planned out. When I get ready to, I don't know if I will film it before I leave or when I leave. I might film the condo that I'm going to stay at once I get there so you can see it. I don't know if I will post it before or after I leave. I'm going to be there for 2 months. I may put it in my everywhere video for February. I don't know, but y'all, I will show you where I'm staying before I leave. Not the outside. I will show you the inside of the condo. And guys, until next time, bye bye.